Kandiyohi County Historical Society is located on 610 Northeast Highway 71 in Willmar, Minnesota, and is only open weekdays 9 to 4 and Saturdays and Sundays 1 to 4, only from Memorial Day to Labor Day. The museum was incorporated in 1940 under its current name, but had existed as the Old Settlers Association since 1897. Also, the depot is a former Great Northern Depot that was originally located in Kandiyohi, Minnesota, just east of Willmar, and it was built in 1900 and served for passenger service on the Great Northern Railroad many years ago, and used for people to arrive on a train from somewhere and board a train to go somewhere as well. Then later on, the depot was retired and was moved to Willmar, Minnesota, and part of Kandiyohi County, the Kandiyohi County Museum, where it is seen today. And also it has a building conjoined to it, and where you'll also find artifacts about trains inside as well. And the museum even features other buildings which are the Sperry House, a schoolhouse, a cabin, and an Anderson cabin, and also it has a steam locomotive from the Great Northern Railroad as well. Okay, you can see right there, that is a water tower that you would just pull the spout over the spot where the water goes into the steam engine's cab. The tank, not cab. But the water goes into the tender, which is injected into the boiler, which creates steam. Also that one, you just pull over and fill into the tender. And this one here is on display here at the Kandiyohi County Historical Society in Willmar, Minnesota. And also, it is seen next to the steam engine, looking like how it was when it filled water into the tender for the boiler. What you see right behind me is Great Northern 2523. Great Northern 2523 was built by Baldwin in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1923, and is the 573 43rd steam locomotive built by that factory, and is a 482 mountain type steam locomotive, and is a P2 class steam locomotive. Great Northern 2523 once served life on the Great Northern Railroad many years ago, and used for high-speed passenger trains on the Great Northern Railroad. Great Northern took delivery of another 28 mountain-type steam locomotives from Baldwin, numbered from 2500 to 2527, designated Class P2, and they were considerably larger and heavier than the P1s. The locos were built to haul the Crack Minneapolis, Minnesota, Seattle, Washington, Oriental Limited. 10 were coal burners, including Great Northern 2523, and handled the Oriental east of Cutbank, Montana. The other 18 were oil burners and operated further west. Great Northern 2523 could haul 10 to 12 heavyweight passenger cars at 18 miles per hour on the 1.8% ruling grade eastbound up to Walton Hill just before Marais Pass, Montana, and their success led to inauguration of the Great Northern's Chicago, Illinois to Seattle, Washington Empire Builder service in 1929, although the P2s were soon replaced by heavier and more powerful 484 Northern type S2 classes. Also, Great Northern 2523 is one of the last 28 locomotives built for the Great Northern by Baldwin. Then, in 1946, Great Northern 2523 was converted to burn oil after these engines were replaced by the more powerful S2s and Empire Builder service. They pulled the fast mail trains and the famed silk trains. Then later on, Great Northern 2523 was put in freight service on the Great Northern Railroad. Then later on, Great Northern 2523 was retired in 1958 and in 1965 was donated to the Kandiyohi County Historical Society in Willmar, Minnesota, where it is preserved on display today. Also, Great Northern 2523 is one of two surviving Great Northern 482s left in the world today, and 2507 is the other one and is at the Wishram Amtrak station in Wishram, Washington. And 2523 can be found here at the Kandiyohi County Historical Society in Willmar, Minnesota, where it is today. And you can also visit the locomotive's cab and even sit where the engineer and fireman used to sit as well. Okay, I'm going to show you the exhibits back here, so I'll get behind the camera and show you around. Okay, so we're walking through the exhibit gallery, which is this building in the depot, and also right here, here's a play area with wooden trains, and also right here, here's in this case lanterns. And this is a sister of the steam engine that lives here, which is Great Northern 2510. And that cutout is of the actual 2523, which is the one that lives here. Here's a mannequin head with a conductor's hat, the Great Northern logo. And here's a painting of the Kandiyohi depot that we're in. And here's some trunks donated by some people and belonging to some people once, and some lanterns as well. And yeah, this is an old style newspaper maker. Let's go over here, shall we? Okay, so you could see here's this model railroad. Thanks to Phil Anderson and Pastor Tim Larson of Willmar for the model railroad display. This is HO, so if you just turn this dial, it will allow them to move. You can have it run as long as you want. There's There's a Burlington Northern Diesel Amtrak. Don't know why. Keeps coming undone like that. There's a German steam engine. And also, there's some pictures on the wall. So, just there's pictures of the steam engine that lives here. And here's a cutout picture of a steam engine. It's like the 2523. Oh, and that one up there is a sister of the 2523 that lives here, which is 2500. And also you see right there, that is boiler. That's in the boiler, the tubes, the flues, and also it's where steam is created, and that's how the fires burn. The boiler heats the fire heating the water, and in that window is a cab of a steam engine with a mannequin conductor. Here's some. This is when 2523 was moving. And leapfrog to the museum. And here's some silverware and a plate in this one. And an old style American flyer train. And look at all those pictures. And here's the caboose with conductor inside and a lantern, oil lamp, and yeah, and a gold watch. And here's a picture of people all at a depot, which says right here, President Theodore Roosevelt visits to Willmar September 4, 1910. Yeah, so much. Well, I hope you all enjoyed learning about trains with me today in Matthew Lap Train Guy segment show. Also, I hope to see you all again in the next segment. So this is Matthew Lap, host of Matthew Lap Train Guy segment show, signing out. Until next time, all aboard.